As a kid, Halloween always felt just out of reach, a holiday I could see and admire but never fully be a part of. My family's beliefs kept us at a distance. We still dressed up, but only for trunk-or-treat at the church. Instead of trick-or-treating, we would go out to a movie on Halloween night, avoiding the doorbell and the festivities outside. But as I got older, I felt myself drawn more and more to this season. I found a strange comfort in the eerie atmosphere, in horror movies, and in the beauty of the changing leaves. I distanced myself from who I was raised to be. As the leaves turn and the nights grow longer, I feel myself changing too. It's like the world and I are moving in sync for a few short months. There's something so grounding in knowing that just like the world around us, I am growing, always evolving. And as I learn more about myself, I find comfort in the parts of Halloween I never got to experience as a kid. It's a season of acknowledging things we hide away: fear, mystery, darkness, and change. Carving a pumpkin, especially alone, brought out so much of this reflection for me. Over the years, pumpkin carving was always something I did with friends or family, a group activity. This year though, in preparing for this video, I decided to carve a pumpkin alone. As strange as it sounds, I felt this connection with it. I started seeing myself in it, and really, I started seeing all of us in it. I know this is going to sound like crazy artist talk, like one of those moments when you're staring at a blank canvas and I'm trying to convince you there's some profound meaning in the emptiness. Bear with me for a minute, I promise I'm going somewhere with this. It's fun finding meaning in simple things. As I carve into this pumpkin, I'm not just shaping its surface, I'm altering its entire identity. With each cut, each scoop, I'm giving it a new expression, a different purpose. It's a transformation, a little act of creation, and as I carve away pieces, it becomes something entirely new. It struck me that we go through a similar process ourselves. When we're young, we start out whole, untouched, and we carry these potential versions of ourselves within us. But as we grow, we're shaped by the people around us, by our experiences and challenges. We lose pieces of ourselves, and sometimes we let go of parts that no longer serve us. This carving, this altering, isn't just about losing, it's about creating. Each piece that's taken away leaves behind a space, a hollow that light can shine through. And in life, the people who change us, the experiences that challenge us, they carve into who we thought we were, leaving behind a version of ourselves that we might not have expected, but one that's truer somehow to the life we've lived. It feels like honoring the changes we go through, these pieces we give away, the people and experiences that leave their mark. And just like the pumpkin, we're a little raw, a little open, yet transformed. If you've been watching my recent videos, you've probably noticed a recurring theme: reflection, growth, and transformation. This season puts me in that mindset. It's like clockwork. I joke that I have opposite seasonal depression. While others might struggle as the days get shorter and colder, I actually feel more alive. These months don't drain me, they lift me up, sparking a creative light inside of me. I feel lucky that my birthday falls within the season, right in the middle of everything changing, almost like a reminder that I'm supposed to be growing too. Fall is when I feel the most grounded, connected to myself in ways that sometimes I lose during the rest of the year. Mentally, it's as though a fog clears. I can see what I need, who I am, and where I want to go more clearly. Physically, it's the same. I feel in tune with my environment, like I'm somehow aligned with the world around me. The crisp air, the trees changing, even the way the light softens in the afternoon. It's as if everything around me is saying, "This is your time." I've held on to the same mantra for years now. Everything in time. It's a reminder I turn to whenever I feel the urge to rush through things or start doubting the value of the work I'm doing. I have this tendency to crave instant results. I want everything to come together overnight. When I'm knee-deep in a painting or editing a video that I know might only get a handful of views, there's this little voice that asks if it's worth it at all. If all these hours could be spent better somewhere else, doing something that feels more immediately rewarding. But even in those moments of doubt, I keep going. Every stroke on the canvas, every scene I edit, every word I type is another step toward the vision I have of myself and my art. I might not see huge leaps every day, but I know these small, seemingly insignificant efforts are gradually shaping me into who I want to be. I think if you've been following for a while, you might even notice the shift too. There's a quiet growth happening, a slow becoming. Each hour I invest doesn't just make me better at the craft itself, it also strengthens my patience, my dedication, and my resilience. Everything in time. Just as nature takes its time, changing slowly with the seasons, I'm learning to embrace that slow, gradual transformation. Every leaf doesn't fall all at once, and the trees don't rush their cycle. They trust the process. They shed, rest, and grow when it's time, and I'm starting to see that in myself. I can't force immense changes overnight. Growth, real lasting growth, is a steady, patient process. So I remind myself to accept the creeping chill of change, to allow each season of my life to do its work in due time. And maybe right now I'm in my own autumn, letting old parts of myself fall away so I can make room for what's next. The colder days, the hours spent alone in my work, the quiet dedication to my craft, they're all part of the carving, shaping me little by little into something closer to what I envision. With each season that passes, I feel a little more aligned, a little more certain. So I'll keep putting in hours, keep leaning into the work, and trust that, just like the trees outside, everything will unfold in its own time. The more relaxed I am, the more my painting flows. This particular morning, I woke up early, set the scene with a favorite movie playing on my little box TV, lit a candle, and got to work. The whole process took around 3 hours, from arranging the still life to finishing the painting. It's moments like these that allow me to slow down. And that's when I find the beauty in simple things. Familiar colors, the flicker of candlelight, and the mundane objects that seem to have their own personalities. When I paint, I feel like I'm inviting you to see the world through my eyes, sharing a perspective that's uniquely mine. Every painting I post is like giving a small piece of myself to you. What I notice, what I find beautiful, and what's important to me. And I think in sharing this, you start to see me, not just the artwork. I've opened up more here in these voiceovers and visuals than I ever have in a conversation. It feels like I'm carving parts of myself into these paintings and, in a way, into you, too. Even the smallest impression left on someone's mind is a form of shaping, like a subtle change in perspective or a new appreciation of something ordinary. It's what happens when we connect, whether it's through art, conversations, or simply seeing each other as we are. It's a reminder that every day we're shaped by the experiences, people, and influences around us. The content we consume, the people we talk to, the places we go, and even the holidays we celebrate, or were once shielded from, leaving their marks on us. Every day brings subtle shifts in who we are, nudging us in new directions, some small and others profound. Life is an ever-changing journey, and each choice, interaction, and even the art we love can lead us down paths we never imagined. Looking back, I think my younger self would be surprised to see how I've grown. I used to imagine I'd turn out just like my parents, fitting into the beliefs and traditions I was raised with. But time continues to shape me in ways I couldn't have predicted. I'm carving my own path, evolving with every experience, and it makes me think of each of us as a sort of jack-o'-lantern, continually carved and shaped. And maybe one day, the person I'm becoming will be a form that lasts for decades after I'm gone. A version of me that feels true, one that leaves its own quiet impression on others. I hope this video resonated with you in a meaningful way. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and consider subscribing to join me on this journey. I appreciate your support, and I look forward to seeing you again. Until next time.